I love baseball cards. Got 'em, need 'em, got 'em, need 'em, need 'em, need 'em, got 'em, got 'em, need 'em.
Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Pickup Videos. This is a yard sale find. I did this in two parts, this pickup, because in the first episode I profiled the 92-93 McDonald's cards that I also bought from this seller in a box. I posted that video already, so it's going to be linked up here in the corner and also in the description down below and at the end of the video as well. So if you get a chance, please check that out, as I only paid $6 for like 3 sets of these, plus a Jordan insert. So from that same buy, I made an overall purchase of about $30 for 5 boxes of cards. And these aren't, anything super spectacular. However, there were some really nice minor league baseball cards that I picked up in this lot, so we're going to jump right into these and talk about each box individually and why I bought them. If you're a basketball fan, you're going to like this. This is an iconic set, even though it's not really worth a whole lot, but it's the first, and this is the first year that Upper Deck 91-92 Upper Deck basketball. And opening this box upon inspection, this is what I saw. And these are some loose singles that are in some soft sleeves, but there was a checklist in here indicating what cards are missing, and I actually thought there were 2 of those. Okay. I seem to have misplaced the second one, but I thought there were 2 lists. There it is. It fell between the cracks there. But there are 2 sets here. Obviously, there's a little bit more missing from one than the other. This one's missing the Larry Johnson rookie, the Mutombo rookie, the Michael Jordans. This one appears to be missing the Johnson and Mutombo along with Jordan. So basically, I paid $6 for both of these partial sets. These extras were thrown in the box. We got a couple Steve Smith rookies. Actually 3 of them, Magic Johnson, Akeem, Magic Checklist, another Magic, a Detlef Shrimp hologram, and a couple Sean Kemps. And again, I bought this entire box for $6. They're partial sets. I have a lot of commons in my collection from this era because this is when I collected. So this is a nice spring project, so to speak, when I'm out in the garage working when the weather's nice, to sort through my commons, see if I can finish these sets up, add the star cards to it, of course, like the Johnson and Mutombo rookies, which I know I have, and hopefully I can get 2 complete sets out of this, and you're only looking at $3 a piece. So I thought that was a nice deal for just $6 for 2 partial sets, along with some bonus rookie cards of Steve Smith and a couple stars there. So that is one of the purchases. Now this next one, I actually went over 2 days to this yard sale because the first day I bought the first box, came home and realized, oh shoot, the other half of the set was in that other box. So what happened was I bought 1990-91 hoops, which again is not that great or special of a set, but what happened was I wound up buying 2 boxes of 90-91 hoops, and I got home the first day because when I first approached it, again, there were cards sleeved up in here. No checklist this time, but what I did, of course, is I pulled out the side of this box. So here's what I was greeted with: multiples of the same card repeatedly. And even the Michael Jordan. I mean, there's 3 Michael Jordans, 4 Michael Jordans just in itself right there. So if you collected this set, cards 1 through, I want to say 25 or something like that, are these all-star cards, okay? And then once you get into the rest of the set looks like this, the base cards, and these are also there in multitude. The only person not there in multitude was, guess who? MJ. So the MJ cards weren't in there, but I know I have the MJ card. Not a problem. My hope is I can go through this, go through the set, and see what I can put together. I mean, to me, this stack of the All-Stars is worth $6 just in itself with the Jordans in there. So what happened was, as I got home and I went through these, not realizing what I had, because I bought them because of the All-Star cards, and I noticed it stopped at card 190. And I'm like, well, that's not the set. I know there's more than 190 cards in that set. So I went back the second day to the yard sale, and luckily the cards were still there. And bada bing, there's the second part of this set. So starting at card 191, right there, the famous Scott Roth, which I've never heard of that guy in my life, but the rest of them are here all the way through cards number, through the checklist actually, through cards 334. There's actually, I believe, 335 or 336 cards in this set. The oddball card is, the very last card is this Danny Ferry rookie card, which I know I have. But this, like Upper Deck, was split up into a high series and a base series. And the Hoops High series actually has all the draft picks in it. So that's like your Derek Coleman rookie card, your Gary Payton rookie card. So unfortunately, those aren't in these boxes, which would have been great. But my hope is between these two boxes and what I already have in my collections, cards 337 to the end of the set, I might be able to put one set together. Maybe two. We'll see. So again, some great work to do out in the garage to get myself organized, and, have some fun out in the garage and just see what kind of sets I can build. Alright, so this one is the big purchase of this deal. And if you want to talk value, this one probably has the most value. A lot of people look at minor league sets as not that great, which I totally agree. I see some people don't like getting minor league baseball people in their minor league uniforms. They want to see them in their major league uniforms. But this was the final box that I purchased for $6, and this is what I saw when I opened it. As you can see, it says 94 Classic Football, set 1 through 105, and there's 2 of them there. And I pulled these out just so I can show them to you. But this is the main dude in the set. This is a pre-rookie of Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk. He also has this art card in there as well, card 102. But the set also features a couple other guys like Trent Dilfer, Heath Schuler, guys that were the hot product back in 1994. I'm pretty sure this might be the only Hall of Famer in there. I'd have to double check that. But this is not the reason I bought this box. Think of these as like an added bonus. Two NFL draft sets by Classic Best. The reason I bought this was I opened it up and I saw this. And this is just a plain team set bag, and it's got a few guys in there, nothing major, and there were a couple cards in a top loader here. There's like 3 top loaders down here at the bottom. And inside the top loaders, we don't have anything too exciting. We have Michael Tucker, Brooks Kieschnick, and Trot Nixon. But as you can see, they were serial numbered cards. All 3 of these guys were big time draft pick prospects. I want to say Kieschnick was probably one of the biggest prospects of the 90s that didn't really have a huge career. He had a solid major league career. He actually got to the majors I believe as an outfielder and a pitcher. So he kind of did the reverse Rick Ankiel, so to speak. Started out as an outfielder, then moved to a pitcher. Trot Nixon had a very solid career, so did Michael Tucker, but we're not talking about Hall of Fame careers here, we're talking about good players. But inside of this team set bag, we're just going to put those back. Inside of this team set bag, you can see the top guy right there is Johnny Damon. So this only gets better. So I open this up and I thumb through this, and there's Johnny Damon. 1, 2, 3 times, but look at this. Derek Jeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Derek Jeters. Oh, and this other guy named Alex Rodriguez. 1, 2. So 5 Jeters, 2 A-Rods, and then these were also stuck in there, but there are no Jeter A-Rods here. Again, there's Johnny Damon again. But these are kind of cool. I would have loved to try to get these signed back in the 90s if I had them. But unfortunately I didn't have them then. But this right here, in my opinion, paid for all the cards that I spent at this guy's garage sale. I spent $30 on 5 boxes, so $6 a piece. But I pulled 5 Derek Jeters and 2 Alex Rodriguez insert minor league cards. Now you're looking at the other side of this box, you're like, well, what the heck is that? Well, same deal. The rest of these are all out of the cream of the crop insert set, and I do have some more of these already in my collection that I picked up years ago. So I'm going to do the same exact thing I'm going to do with the hoops cards. The best I can do is 2 sets, because that's all I have is 2 A-Rods. But I'm going to go through all these and see if I can put sets together, and I'm just going to set these down, but there are multiples of everybody here. Actually, only one Kirk Press. Oh, there's 2. Okay. So hopefully there's at least 2 of everybody here, and I can get close. And there's Michael Tucker again, J.R. Phillips. You know, these were all big Shannon Stewart. These were all the big prospects. Terrell Wade back in the 90s. They were really pushing A-Rod They really pushed A-Rod from the get-go. I do remember that. Jeter was an up-and-coming Yankee. Everybody knew that. But this is just the stack of, I would say, the lesser tier guys like the Rondell Whites, the James Baldwins. Chan-Ho Park was a huge deal for a long time in the collecting hobby. This would have been a huge card because Chan-Ho Park, when he signed with the Dodgers, was a big deal. Charles Johnson, who was one of the best catchers of the 90s, easily. I mean, there's probably 20 Charles Johnsons here. So I was just going to go through these, and Phil Nevin, who was also a #1 overall pick. I mean, there's just tons here. All these guys made it to the majors. Dimitri Young, Sean Green, who actually was a good long-time outfielder, for the Blue Jays and Mets, primarily, also the Dodgers. I actually know I have this card because I remember pulling that from a pack back in the day, back in the 90s. So, in closing, this was a steal, in my opinion. I'm going to make sure these A-Rods and these Jeters get in top loaders. Very happy with this find. Very happy to find the Upper Deck basketball cards at this yard sale. Also very happy to find the hoops cards. I just put that in the middle of a light, so let me move that. Also very happy to find the hoops cards, in multiple quantities. 4 Michael Jordans just in itself in this stack. Well worth the $6 for the whole box. I look forward to your comments below. This is what going to yard sales is all about to me. Finding some of those cards from my childhood that may not be worth a whole lot of money, in the resale value, but just the time to put in to mess with these cards and try to build sets that I never got a chance to build as a kid is worth more than anything that I could ever pay for. So give me your comments below. Look forward to reading them. And as always, happy collecting.